In this video, we will be making our own Huichol yarn painting. Huichol yarn paintings can be described as having contrasting colors, contour line or outline, texture. They also have symbols, and these symbols are put together to tell a story. Here is an example of an original Huichol yarn painting. Notice how every object has an outline of a contrasting color. To get started, you will need the following materials: glue, drawing paper, cardstock or poster board or tag board, a pencil, yarn, scissors, a stick like a toothpick or shish kebab stick in this case. A symbol is a visual image that represents an idea or object. For example, in many of the Huichol yarn paintings, the mother of maize, which is corn, is represented by a white dove. Today, an example of a symbol that we use would be a heart. The heart represents love. Before I got started, I made a list of symbols that we use today. Now, step one to making your yarn paintings is to draw a design using symbols that represent things that are important to you. In my drawing, I included a heart that represents me and Miguel, and it has two interlocking pieces put together to form a heart. I included an image of a drawing of my cat that actually represents my 3 cats. I also included an artist palette that represents one of my passions, which is art. I also included a music note to represent my love for music and dancing. Also, I have the sun and the moon, and that represents nature. I have the interlocking heart within a flower bud that starts down at the bottom by the moon and goes all the way around until it's in the sunlight. And that's my way of representing the journey I've taken through school with my fiance Miguel. Today you will be using symbols and putting them together to tell your story. Here are some tips to help you make a successful yarn painting design. First, keep your shapes simple and big. Second, emphasize the contoured lines of the objects that you draw. Third, and finally, leave room for a 1/2 inch border to frame the whole picture. As you can tell, I simplified my original design because the details in my original design were way too small. Now that your design is ready to go, you will need to cut at least 3 feet of yarn for the various colors that you want to use for the outlines of all the objects and for the border that you're going to be making. I would start off with about 5 pieces of yarn. Next, you're going to start gluing yarn over all the pencil marks that you have on your paper. So you're going to take your bottle of glue and just pour it along the lines. Start with one object at a time and hold one end of the yarn after you have put glue along the outline of the shape. Go ahead and press that one end of the yarn down into the shape, and take the back of the stick that you had and press the yarn down as you're going. When you get to sharp corners, go ahead and just cut the yarn to make those sharp corners. For example, on the cat's ears, I just cut 2 little pieces and I glued each little piece down, 2 pieces for each ear. Also, again, keep in mind that I'm using a different color outline than what I'm going to use for the inside of the object. So for the cat here, I'm using a black outline, but I plan on using a purple interior. Then I will use a different color in the background as well. Now that step 2 is finished and everything is outlined as you see here, you can go ahead and start choosing the colors that you're going to use to fill each shape that you have on your yarn painting. Step 3, you will be filling in the shapes with a different color yarn, and you will start from the edges and work your way towards the center of each shape. When it is a small shape like this heart, you will go ahead and spread glue out through that entire shape. Once you get towards the center of the shape, you may need to put some more glue. And then again, another tip, once you get to the center, sometimes it will be difficult to actually make the yarn curl into that last little piece that's left right in the center of your shape. So go ahead and just cut the yarn there and then cut a little piece to fit within that area. is my yarn painting after I finished step 3. Now I'm ready to start filling in the background with the contrasting color, and I will be working with one small section at a time. This yarn painting, again, is about my journey and the people and things I love in life. Now it's your turn to make a yarn painting to tell and share your story. I hope you found this video educational, and thank you for watching.